Mark Gross here in Maryland at the Mid-Atlantic NostalgiaCon 2012 with the very good-looking Mr. James Darren. How are you, sir?
I'm good.
You
How you
look
doing?
wonderful.
Thank you.
We've seen you at many conventions. You're an actor extraordinaire. You've been into so many roles. And my God, the old days, beach films, The Time Tunnel.
Yeah.
You're a singer. You were Vic in
The
Deep
Guns of
Space Nine.
The
Guns of Navarone.
Yes.
You have done everything.
I never forget that one. That's a great
You
movie.
were wonderful.
Well, I've been lucky. You know, I mean, I've had the opportunity to do many things.
Yes, sir.
Like Vic Fontaine in DS9,
Wonderful
like the
role.
Time Tunnel for Irwin.
Yes, sir.
And the Guns of Navarone and Gidget, and I mean, I've just been very fortunate.
You
what
are.
can I say?
You
Yeah,
are.
sure.
When
of
you
course.
started in this business and you really knew, hey, I am an actor, what got you that bug? What kept you staying with the career, sir?
Well, I mean, I guess some of it's luck.
Yeah.
You
Was
know,
there a particular incentive that really got you
Well,
into the gear towards this genre?
I just love it. I love to sing.
Well, you're
I
so
love
good
to
at it.
act. Thank you. Oh, you're kind. But I think it's just something. If you love to do something, you do it.
Yes, sir.
You know, and I can't think of anything else, with the exception of maybe being a race car driver.
Yes, sir.
You know, I could do that. That I would love to do. I'm not
see you
saying
doing
I'm
that.
not saying I'd be that good, because I ride motorcycles and
Wow.
I love to I've driven at racetracks in the UK.
Yes, sir.
At Brands Hatch, and with formula cars, and I thought I was better than what I was, to be honest with you. I was pretty dreadful, to be honest with you.
I bet you were good.
I
but-
couldn't stay on the track as well as I thought I could.
Yes, sir.
But I do have a love for that. And the thing, I mean, about staying with acting, I don't know. I can't think of anything else, with the exception of
Yes,
what I
sir.
just mentioned,
Sure.
that I would really like to do. I love to act. I love to sing. I love to perform. I love live audiences, and
Fantastic.
that's part of being
Well
a
put.
ham.
It's great to hear an actor, a ham,
I'm
and
a
an
ham.
actor. It's great to
I'm
have
a
someone
ham.
of your caliber to really say how you feel, how great it's been for you.
Well, it's
'cause
great.
You've got so many fans.
I love relating to people. You know, I love the feed of that live audience.
So you coming out to doing conventions and signing your autograph and that one-on-one feedback, you must love that thing.
I'll tell you-
You're great with those people.
I can tell you a real quick, I'll make it a quick story.
Sure.
There were three people. There was Freddie Ebell, Frank Wolshin, and Patricia Shelton, three of my very first fans. And they were, I mean, my original, or the first from Gidget on.
Yes, sir.
And I hadn't seen this particular person, Pat, in 40 years. 40 years. She walked up to me and she said, "Jimmy?" I said, "Pat?"
That's so wild.
And she freaked, because she said, she started crying, actually. She said, "I don't believe that you recognize me." I said, "Are you kidding me?" First of all, I was talking about you a few days ago, because I remember the scrapbooks you made for me.
Holy cow, and there she was.
And there she was, and I'm literally 3 or 4 days ago, I was speaking
That's
of her.
amazing.
And I recognized her beautiful
Fantastic.
face, of course. Yeah.
Well, it's great that you're in this field. A couple more questions. I'm only going to keep you for 3 more minutes.
That's right.
because you really have some great fans waiting for you.
That's okay.
to
I'm
sign.
having fun.
Okay,
I'm a
good.
ham, remember?
And,
So I can-
and we love it here, too. When you were in, I'm going to ask about the Time Tunnel, shooting that. I heard Irwin Allen had no sense of humor, but you guys still made the best of it. Tell me a little bit about some behind the scenes of the Time Tunnel, sir.
I had a real special relationship with Irwin.
Yes, sir.
He and I were really, I had a great love for him, and he had a great love for me, and we got on royally.
Good.
So as far as Irwin and I were concerned, he had a good sense of humor.
Good,
And
good.
he and I had a great sense of humor with him.
Yes,
When
sir.
they asked me to do the Time Tunnel, I turned it down.
Really?
Turned it down a few times, and then I got a call from my agent who said, "Mr. Allen wants to have lunch with you." I say, "Oh my Lord, okay." So I had lunch with Irwin in his office, and Irwin Allen is a very persuasive man, or was, I should say, and a wonderful, lovely man. I walked out of that office saying, "I'm doing the Time Tunnel." What can I tell you? I mean, it's so interesting. When I was offered Vic Fontaine,
That was my next question.
and-
How did you get into Deep Space Nine?
I turned that down 3 times.
Really?
They kept calling me. My agent, I said, don't bother me. I don't want to play a singer. It had nothing to do with Star Trek.
Right.
I love Star Trek. But I don't want to.
You owned your own club in the holodeck.
I don't. Yeah,
you were a singer.
But the thing is,
Performer.
it's so on the nose. I said, I don't want to play. Can I play an alien? I said, I'll play an alien. But so they said. So my agent said to me after the third call, he said, why don't you at least give them the courtesy of reading the script? And I said, of course, I should do that. I read the script. I absolutely loved it. Ira Bear was the gentleman who wrote it,
sure,
and the exec producer.
Yes, we met him. Yes.
And who's now a very dear friend. And in fact, I just worked Vegas about last week, and Ira and his wife came to see the show, which
Fantastic.
was a big thrill for me.
Good.
But when I went in to see Ira, they like you to do cold readings and things, which I'm very bad at. So being bad at it, I don't want to do it. If I was good, I'd do it. So anyway, what I had done, I had read the script, and they knew I was not going to do any cold readings. But I dressed like I thought Vic dressed, and actually I had a pair of shoes. There was a guy in Los Angeles named Di Fabrizio. Of course, the Italian guy with that name, and
he better be.
He better be, and he made shoes for Dean Martin, for Frank Sinatra, for Sammy, for Tony Orlando, for me, for everybody you could probably mention. Everybody. If you ever saw his shop, you wouldn't believe it. There was not a name up there that you didn't recognize.
Unbelievable.
Anyway, he had told me. He said. I went in to see him one day to try on these shoes he had made for me. And he said, I have a pair of Dean Martin shoes, and you guys are the same size. He said, would you like to see them? And if you like them, you can have them. I said, sure, of course.
Wow.
He brought them out, and I said, Di Fabrizio. I said, I love them. They're beautiful. He said, then you take it, Emmy. They're for you. I said, oh, thank you. They were the ugliest shoes you've ever seen.
But because they were Dean.
They were so unattractive, I swear. You couldn't even believe it. I got in my car and said,
my wife.
If these weren't Dean Martin shoes, I said, I would never have had them. But anyway, I wore those when I went to the
Vic Fontaine,
the meeting.
Yes.
And so I had read the script about 5 or 6 times. I just crammed, So when I went in there, and Ira Bear, and there's like 9 executives all talking, and it's such a tough meeting, and they're all like this, like this. So as I'm talking to Ira, I would say a line from the script, and I would say, "My Lord, I wrote a line just like that for Vic Fontaine." I said, "Really?" And I went on, and I did that several times. And Ira kept saying, this is incredible. I swear, I wrote a line like this for Vic Fontaine. And finally, the casting guys, they went to Ira. He said, this guy's pulling your leg. He's reading lines from the script. And Ira finally caught on.
It took him a while.
Nobody knew except the casting guys. This guy's pulling your leg. So
for you.
And that's how I got the show. I went home. They didn't say a word to me then, but I went home. And as soon as I walked in the door, maybe a minute or two, the phone rang. Was my agent. He said, you got the part.
You got the part. Deep Space Nine, and you were outstanding in that.
I mean, anybody would have been. It was such a well-written part, and
I don't know. That really, I just tend to
it.
think it was really catered to you. I mean, your background, your prowess, it was you. That role was you. It was great.
When I read it, it reminded me as a Dean Martin Sinatra,
Sure, dichotomy for that. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
yes, sir.
That kind of combo.
You were great in that.
So
a couple more questions. I'll let you get back to your tables because there's a lot of fans.
Sure.
Professionally, what can you tell us that you're doing now, and what do you have anything coming up that we could mention, write about, and get out there for you?
Well, I mean, I'm continuing to sing.
Good.
I just closed the South Point, as I mentioned, in Las Vegas, where I work every year, and I go to Chicago this Sunday. Do an Italian festival there. I'm
Nice.
Italian. This is my first Italian festival. I guess they don't believe I'm Italian for some reason. It's amazing.
You pass for many different.
My first, yeah. I don't know. But and then I go to the Landis Theater in New Jersey, and then I go to the private party in Atlanta, Georgia.
Wow.
And then where am I? I don't know. I have to look on my
That's
website to
great.
see where I am.
What do you do to protect that voice for all these gigs? What do you?
Do you know?
a certain theory or method that you?
I don't. I mean, I vocalize every day,
Yes, sir.
and I don't abuse my voice. I mean, a scotch now and then doesn't hurt, but
Keep it coated,
but keeps it
sure.
coated. But I just don't abuse my voice.
Good.
I you know.
Yes, sir.
God gave it to me, and
And
I'm going
it's
to
a
take
great
care of it.
gift too. Good.
Thank you.
Downtime. What do you like to do? People are here collecting your autograph. Are you a collector of anything? Any hobbies? What do you enjoy doing yourself?
I like sports cars, and I love motorcycles. I haven't ridden the past couple of years, but I like riding dirt bikes. I like hill climbing
Outstanding.
and motocross racing,
Good
things
for
like
you. Good for you. Collector of anything though? Or,
that. Well, I just sold 5 motorcycles, so I was collecting them for a bit, but I only kept one. I have one left. And
it's collecting dust.
It's a Husqvarna.
Wow.
It's a 78 or 77 250 cc.
Well, a 250, I could ride that. I'm
No,
a little guy.
it's pretty cool, because I was riding a big a 500 cc Honda,
Yes, sir.
and even though it was a 2-cycle, which is gas and
Sure,
oil
sure,
mix.
yeah.
I still, it was too big a bike, too heavy a bike,
Yes, sir.
because you're climbing a hill, and you know
got all that weight on you,
sometimes
yeah,
you don't make
under
it,
you, yeah.
or you don't want that bike coming down on you. And,
Oh,
and
amazing.
I've had that happen to me, but
Yes, sir.
the 250 is big enough. I only weigh about 170, 165.
There you go.
So I'm a 250 is perfect.
Good. Good for you. Last question.
Sure.
For you personally, if you had an autograph of anyone that you just admire or liked, who would you want an autograph from, sir?
Well, I have autographs and pictures with so many great people like Sinatra and like Dean and like
Amazing.
Sammy and Bob Hope and
Wow.
Jack Benny and I mean all the
You own
wonderful
those
people.
now. Yeah.
I have them.
Wow. And you've met and worked with a lot of these names.
Yeah,
Sure.
I mean just one that I would really want would be Pablo Picasso.
Outstanding. Very good. Good answer. What an artist.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
indeed.
I would love to have met him, of course.
Yeah, sure.
And just to have just an autograph from Pablo
Great.
Picasso.
Well put. Mr. James Darren.
Thank you
for being here at the Mid-Atlantic Nostalgicon, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
it's
you,
a
sir.
pleasure. Thank you all.